Yo-ho! What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? It's finally fucking Friday, and we are doing another episode of From Grateful to Greatness. I am your host, Mario Kaleo, and every episode of From Grateful to Greatness begins, of course, with me being grateful. So, I'm grateful for my wife, my family, my friends, everybody who follows me on social media, all of you for taking the time to watch these videos, and God and the universe for allowing your boy another day on this planet to talk to you. And I'm also thankful for whoever designed these Bruce Lee shirts, because I love repping Bruce, man. He's the man. He was the man. He was one of my idols, man. He's a good guy. I didn't fucking know him. If you guys may have noticed already, my voice is a little bit different, and that's because I have a cold. But I wanted to stay consistent with these videos, so I'm making this one today because it's an important message, and I got to do one of these every week. I know you're probably used to them being on Mondays, but we'll get to that in a second. But I mean, actually, you know, I was thinking that I might switch between Mondays and Fridays sometimes, because Friday is kind of a staple of what I've been doing for the longest time, because this is motivation for the average Joe. And Friday, hey man, we love our Fridays, man. We got to be honest about it. We love the end of the week. We love knowing the weekend is here. So hey man, it's Friday. Let's get excited. Let's talk. Let's do this damn thing. So, I am going to be honest with you guys about something today. This was a rough week for me mentally, man. You guys, if you've been following this for a while, you know that I deal with depression and anxiety. I have for many years. But in the last few years, I've made like massive strides with it, so it doesn't really hinder me as much as it used to in years past. But something happened recently that was a true test of how mentally strong I am. And I'll be honest, man, I mean, I passed the test, but not in the way I would have liked. But, you know, something was said to me, and it really kind of broke me down, man. It happened last week, and it was really hurtful. And I realized that it wasn't just about what was said or who said it. It was life testing me. It was life asking me, you know, or not life asking me, but it was life showing me that you got some work still left to do, son. You still got some stuff inside that needs to be worked on, some character development that needs to happen. Bottom line, you need to get stronger. You need to be able to live where no matter who says what to you, and even what is said, doesn't matter what it is, it cannot affect you to the point where you are literally depressed for days. And so last week, this thing happened, and then we went and did our convention, and shout out to Forest City Con in Rockford for having us, Rockford, Illinois. It was a great time. And then, you know, after you go home from a convention, and basically when we do these comic book conventions and we're sitting there and we're talking about my book and our comic book and we're selling stuff, we're talking about the podcast, we're engaging with the with people, with people walking around, with people attending the convention, with other fellow dreamers. You know, you really feel like you're in the life that you were meant to live. That's how I feel, you know, and I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate to this. That when you go and actually live in your dream for a couple days, and then you have to go back to real life, maybe being something that isn't exactly what you want to do, the transition from that reality to this reality is a little bit tough, man. So I was already not mentally, you know, at my best before that happened. Then I got back to normal reality and the everyday routine, and I'll be honest, man, it was a rough adjustment for me. And I was depressed for a couple days there, man, and angry. I was angry about what was said. I was angry about being back, you know, into a life that I'm not exactly happy about. And you know, and this is going against everything that I talk about. This is going against gratitude. This is going against mindset of being consistent and feeling blessed with what you do have. And, you know, the reason this video is titled, you know, you need this victory, you needed this victory, is because I a couple days ago was driving past a restaurant that will remain nameless, Arches, and I wanted a I wanted a Big Mac so bad. Sorry, I don't care if I get in trouble. I wanted a Big Mac so bad, man. Like, I wanted to just gorge, man. I wanted to just freaking go over there and eat and eat and eat. And not even that. I actually wanted to smoke again. I got into such a bad place mentally that I wanted to have a cigarette, and I haven't wanted to have a cigarette in fucking years, man. That's how bad the depression hit me. And you know what, man? I drove past the McDonald's, and I didn't have a cigarette. And I just went home, man. I went home, and I ain't gonna lie, I fucking cried because I was overwhelmed with emotion. But I didn't crack, okay? All this shit I'm telling you guys, right? Everything I'm saying in this video, you need this victory. This little victory, this little win is going to make all the difference. It might not seem like that big a deal, man. It might not seem like that big of a deal, but it is. It's the biggest deal in the world. It's what I've always been saying. It's not about being strong on your first day. It's about being strong on your worst day. Listen, man, I know I got work to do now. I know I got mad work to do. I know I'm not where I need to be 100% yet, but I am here. I'm back. I'm doing this video. I'm staying consistent with what I said I would do. You are going to be faced with a challenge at some point, you guys. You are going to be faced with a choice to revert back to your old ways and go against everything you said you would do, or take that small victory and win and go forward and build on that, because that little victory is another brick in the house that you are building of your dreams. You need that victory. I promise you, man, it gave me a sense of control where I felt I had none. And that's what matters sometimes the most. If this message hit home, please share it with a friend. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. And as always, remember, all you need is a start and some heart. Peace.